Welcome to Cyber Bytes, your weekly dose of cybersecurity news. I'm your host, Edwin Kwan, and we've got a packed episode for you today. From password policy overhauls to critical vulnerabilities in AI tools, we're covering the most important stories in cybersecurity this week. Let's dive right in. The National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, is shaking up the world of password security. Their latest proposal aims to simplify password creation while boosting overall security. First, say goodbye to mandatory password resets. NIST now acknowledges that strong, randomly generated passwords don't need frequent changes. They're also scraping the requirements for specific character combinations. Instead, they're focusing on length, recommending a minimum of 8 characters, but ideally 15 or more. NIST is also giving the boot to those pesky security questions. Turns out, they're not as secure as we once thought. While these guidelines aren't legally binding, they carry significant weight in the industry. We could see a ripple effect across various sectors as organizations update their password policies. So, what does this mean for you? It's time to start thinking about longer, more unique passwords. Consider using a password manager if you're not already. And remember, a longer random phrase is often more secure than a short, complex one. Up next, a critical vulnerability has been discovered in Nvidia's Container Toolkit, which is a widely used tool for running AI applications in containerized environments. The flaw, designated as CVE 2024-0132, has been given a CVSS score of 9 out of 10. The vulnerability could allow attackers to escape containers and gain full control of the host system. It's like giving a burglar the keys to not just your house, but your entire neighborhood. According to research done by Wiz, this leaves over 35% of cloud environments using Nvidia's GPUs vulnerable. That's a significant portion of the AI and machine learning infrastructure out there. If you're using Nvidia's Container Toolkit, especially in a cloud environment, it's crucial to update to the latest version immediately. Nvidia has released patches to address the vulnerability, so there's no excuse for leaving your systems exposed. And next, a series of vulnerabilities have been discovered in the Common Unix Printing System, or CUPS, which is an open source printing software used in many Unix-like operating systems. 4 vulnerabilities have been identified, which, when chained together, could potentially allow attackers to execute code remotely on vulnerable systems. However, the conditions required for exploitation are quite specific, which limits the potential impact. The CUPS browse daemon needs to be running on a targeted system, and an attacker would need to trick a user to print to a malicious printer. Due to these limitations, Red Hat has rated these vulnerabilities as important rather than critical. If you're running a Unix-like system, check if the CUPS browse service is running. If you don't need it, disable it. It's a simple step that can protect you from this potential threat. Mozilla is facing criticism over a new privacy feature in Firefox. The feature, called Privacy Preserving Attribution, PPA, was designed to be a more privacy-friendly way of measuring ad effectiveness. However, a European digital rights group called NOYB has filed a complaint alleging that this feature actually tracks users without their consent. PPA collects data on user interactions with ads and shares it with advertisers in an aggregated format. Mozilla argues that this is more privacy-friendly than traditional cookie-based tracking because it doesn't share individual browsing data. However, NOYB contends that any browser-based tracking interferes with user rights under the EU's GDPR. They argue that Mozilla has essentially turned Firefox into an ad measurement tool without users' consent. For Firefox users concerned about this feature, you can opt out by disabling the Allow Websites to Perform Privacy-Preserving Ad Measurement option in your browser settings. This situation serves as a reminder that privacy in a digital age is complex. Even well-intentioned features can raise concerns, and it's crucial for tech companies to be transparent about how they handle user data. Our final story today is a stark reminder of the importance of proper certificate management. ServiceNow, a major cloud computing platform, experienced a significant outage due to an expired root certificate. The outage affected at least 616 customers and disrupted various critical services, including integrations, orchestrations, and discovery functions. What's particularly concerning is that the certificate expiry was reportedly flagged 2 weeks prior, raising questions about ServiceNow's response time. This situation highlights the critical role of proper certificate management in maintaining service continuity. In our increasingly cloud-dependent business world, an expired certificate can lead to major disruptions. For businesses relying on cloud services, this incident serves as a wake-up call. It's crucial to have robust monitoring systems in place, not just for your own infrastructure, but also for the services you depend on. And for service providers, it underscores the need for rigorous certificate management processes and proactive communication with customers. And that wraps up this week's episode of Cyber Bytes. From password policies to printer vulnerabilities, we've covered a lot of ground. Remember, in the world of cybersecurity, staying informed is half the battle. Keep your systems updated, your passwords long, and your certificates current. Until next week, this is Edwin Kwan, reminding you to stay safe and stay secure in cyberspace.